everybody and welcome. I have done another suspension job on my car. Although a few weeks ago I have replaced the front struts on this car, some of the knocking noises have disappeared and damping had been restored. So the ride is not as uncomfortable as it used to be. But there was still one annoying knocking noise that would appear on certain potholes and certain road bumps. I couldn't pinpoint where it was coming from, so I started to check all the suspension and steering components, checking up the car and going with the crowbar, make sure there was no play on any component. I couldn't find anything at all. Then I checked the front struts to make sure that I have assembled them properly. It was pointed out by one of my viewers that the top bearing has a notch, and that notch has to match with the bottom notch on the suspension strut. I did forgot to mention this on this video. And I checked, took the struts off again, and they were actually lining up perfectly. Also checked the top mounts, because there has been reports of top mounts being problematic and creating the knocking noise, but everything was good. So I asked the Ford community what could have been, and the majority did say it could be the droplinks. Well, I found it very strange, because when I check for the droplinks for play, there was no movement whatsoever. They would just move normally, but there was no play between the front roll bar and all of its mountings, just usual twisting, because, well, they have to twist. And they said, well, when those components are under tension, they actually really don't move much. So that is the only possible culprit, as well as the anti-roll bar bushes. But so I took the plunge and went and buy a new pair of droplinks and see if that was the real cause. As per usual, lift your car, take the wheel off, put it on a axle stand, and then go to the trolley jack and lift the front strut a little bit in order to relieve the tension that is upon the drop link. Then I'm going to use a number 15 socket with a number 17 spanner behind to make sure that it doesn't spin, and remove the drop link. It doesn't seem to be too bad, actually. They do move quite a lot, but I don't see much play either. Oh well, let's put back the new ones. The drop links I'm using are also from Starline, which you can get on Euro Car Parts, and this is the part number. I put some thread lock in here and also at the bottom, because I'm actually going to reuse the nuts. I prefer to use these ones, which they seem to be still in very good condition, as opposed to these nylon ones, because they don't come with a washer, and I prefer to use these ones. I think they are a bit more stable. So a bit of thread lock. Now these drop links are completely round at the back, so in order to secure the drop link so it doesn't round, you have to use a number 5 Allen key, and then just tighten them as much as you can. That's it, all done, and then you repeat the process on the other side. That was it. I've just been on a drive and I made sure I hit every single bump and pothole, and I'm happy to report that there is absolutely no more knocking noises coming from the front suspension and steering system. Nothing whatsoever. Actually, the droplinks were the culprit, which I'm baffled because I've checked all the suspension components. I actually had a couple of garages to look at them and they found no fault whatsoever. There was no play on the droplinks, even when I showed them to you when I was installing the new ones. There was movement, of course, but actually no play. They need to have movement because they have to flex between the suspension strut and the anti-roll bar. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised because that actually cured the last problem that I had in the front end of the car. So yeah, feels much better. Not really a placebo effect. There is a noticeable difference when I drive the car, and now it needs to go at some point for a steering alignment, but I'm gonna wait a few more weeks because it is due to have all 4 tires replaced, so I'm just gonna wait until then in order to do a full 4 wheel alignment. So that's it. It's a job that you can do in under 20 minutes. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.